getting into style elements was just like a whole slap in everyone's face that ever doubted me, because everyone at that time was trying to get into style elements, and no one got down until I got down.
So for those of you guys who are watching, if you're unaware, Stuntman was actually there at the beginning of the contemporary, what I call the contemporary era of the corporatization of breaking, because you were a part of the first Red Bull event. So when a corporate sponsor comes in and throw a breaking event. Side note, to this day, I think that Lords of the Floor is 1,000 times better than BC1, but I digress. Now, you know, we are what, 3 years out from now the Olympics. You were in the game at the beginning of the contemporary era. You're still in the game. What are your thoughts on breaking becoming a part of the Olympics in 2024 Paris?
Well, the beautiful thing about this dance for me and this art form is that, you know, your opinions can change pretty quickly, and I think it's a powerful thing. There's some things that you stand with your guns, obviously, but I mean, earlier we're talking about people that hated the way I danced and then later super appreciated it. So early on, for me being whatever you want to call me, whether it's a purist or just a hardcore hip hop head, I was like, no, hell no, why? This is stupid. You know, jump the gun. Through having conversations, and I've been involved in some meetings and getting some information, I still, hands down, will never call this a sport ever in life. I'm not gonna ever call it a sport. I know some people are going into the dance sport thing, and etc., or the athleticism of it. Well, yeah, I've definitely trained like an athlete for sure, but I'm a dancer, and that's not gonna change. And breaking to me is one of the greatest art forms, so that's not gonna change. But currently, I'm not excited at all for breaking being an Olympic. What I am happy and excited for, or for some of my peers that are happy and excited for it. So I'm happy for them. So I'm cheering them on. I'm hoping the best for them. It doesn't get me hype. I'm not the one, you know. Yeah, I'm more excited with them, and I say that to say this as well. Let's say there's a community center that I worked with in the past, and they call me up because I worked with them before. They call me up. They're like, "Yo, some of my kids want to try out for the Olympics. Would you come train them?" I'm not gonna think of like, "Yo, I'm training these Olympic athletes." I'm like, "Nah, I'm going to this community center and getting this youth prepared for whatever they want to get prepared for." So I'm excited and happy for the people that are excited and happy, but I don't see myself fitting it into any of their agenda unless they want to have a conversation about some top rocks and some good eating.
No doubt. It's funny that you mentioned the good eating, because the last thing I want to talk to you about, I want to go a little bit of beyond the Cypher with you, and I want to talk about, you know, I'm on your Instagram, and I'm seeing a lot of professional looking dishes, man, and they all look healthy. Some of them vegan, some of them not. Now, first off, is this healthy eating a new thing for you?
I don't think it's a new thing. I think the healthy cooking is a little bit newer, but I've been
Okay.
eating pretty clean for a few years now. I had a roommate in 2004 who started putting me on to the simplest things, just label reading, just reading
Mm-hmm.
the labels, what you're consuming. I was like, whatever, you know, my body was different then, so I could pretty much eat whatever and not feel too bad. Um,
Right.
and little by little, started educating me a little bit about the ingredients. You know, a few things, nothing too conscious at the time, but the organization that I was working for, I was part of an after-school program, nonprofit, and I
Mm-hmm.
ended up becoming supervisor of one of the schools, and we started to really expand, and eventually I took over 3 schools. So I started as a breaking teacher, and now I'm overseeing 3 schools for all after schooling at these schools.
Okay.
One of the things that we brought to our curriculum was nutrition. So then I started had to really educate my employees more, and do research myself. And then I started having to do these trainings in some of this nutrition. So then I just started getting more and more knowledge. And I'm by no means am I knowledgeable to where I could do a professional nutrition class, but for these kids, something basic for them means the world. At-risk youth, as you know, usually in particular neighborhoods, some of them don't even realize they have access to some good stuff, and so they just eat whatever's in the fridge. And long story short, through those means, I just started getting more knowledge. And then at the time, I had a girlfriend that was part of the nutrition board, and we just started really just you know, it's. I'm a believer that if I'm gonna have some of the kids and some of my employees do this, maybe I should do it first so I get an idea of what's happening. So I
Right.
started eating, looking into alternatives, and just finding different things. And one thing led to another, and I just started jumping into different cleanses and detoxes. And I practice veganism, vegetarianism, pescatarianism, and I love them all. So currently, I consider myself what's a flexitarian, which is primarily plant-based, but I give myself a little bit of wiggle room. I don't deny my body or my mind of like, I'm gonna have this burger today, but then I'm gonna have
Yeah.
vegan burgers the next month. So it's a good balance for me. And I
No
started
doubt.
really cooking. It was almost therapeutic, and I just started finding ways of making classic dishes a little healthier, with little changes and alternatives, and I really started enjoying it. Like I said, it almost became like therapy, but I was able to, if anyone asked, I was able to have a good conversation about, oh, what are you eating? Oh, what am I eating? What ideas do you have? Just like any other cipher, you start just building.
No doubt. And like your pictures are artistic, man. That's why I was like, man, is he posting somebody else's pictures? But then I start seeing that same countertop. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, I see other pictures with the countertop, and I was like, nah, this is him. And we're in a culture where, well, I mean, just as humans, your health is your wealth. But in our culture, the you're gonna need to participate in these kind of behavioral lifestyles, because if not, your time is gonna get cut short. And like I already alluded to, you're a bigger guy, man. You're like over 6 foot. Like I said, you look like a slim lineman or a solid linebacker size. You know what I'm saying? Like, for you to go as long as you have gone, at some point, this is gonna have to become, just what it is if you want to keep doing it, because this is part of how you make your living, correct?
Yes.
Right. So, no doubt, man. No doubt. Well, last thing. Okay. When I come into the knowledge of Bboy Stuntman, it's always Stuntman and G-Whiz. What happened to G-Whiz?
I'm gonna give it to you as straight as possible. He decided that he wanted to back away from a scene that he felt got whacked. He's like, the scene is whack now. He was one of those dudes, and he convinced himself that the scene was whack and didn't do anything about it and bounced.
Wow.
Mind you, he's still around. He's getting out of his thing. He's I can't say he's active, but he's not active now.
Okay.
Me and him, on a personal note, went separate ways, but he's always going to be part of my history, and I'm not going to deny that. There's still little movements that are engraved in me because of our time together, so I can't deny that either. But yeah, he said the scene was whack, and he left.
Well, there it is, you guys. Beyond the Cypher, Bboy Stuntman, Style Elements Crew, Originality Stands Alone, Furious Styles Crew. We thank you for your time, man. I know you got a busy day ahead of you, bro, but cutting a little piece out for Beyond the Cypher is very much so appreciated, man. We definitely gonna have to share a Cypher once this COVID is over and you're in town for some events. We'll definitely build some more, chop it up, and do all those things, man. So thanks again for your time, and you have a good rest of your day, brother.
Always down, always a blessing, brother. I appreciate you reaching out. You don't even know, like, lately, how little gestures like this have, give me a little bit of fuel. So just thank you. It means more to me, I appreciate it.
No doubt, man. Peace.
One love.
For more quality content from Beyond the Cypher with Illskillz, don't forget to press the like and subscribe buttons. Let us know how we're doing down in the comment section, and to make sure you don't miss anything from the channel, smash that notification bell. We appreciate the love and support. Peace. Until the next episode.